Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, November 4th. You'll be interested to know. 16 years ago, today, in 2008, Democratic politician Barack Obama made history by becoming the first African American to be elected President of the United States, marking a significant milestone in the nation's political landscape and symbolizing progress in the pursuit of racial equality and representation in American leadership. So now you know. And now, it's time for the weather report. This morning, it's partly sunny and feels like 63 degrees with 17-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 4:33. And it will rise again tomorrow at 6:23. It looks like we're in for some mostly sunny weather today, with a high near 77, but temperatures will dip to around 68 in the afternoon, accompanied by a gentle west wind. Tonight, expect mostly clear skies, a low of 44 and light winds. For all you beach runners out there, the first high tide Monday will be at 11:45. With a low tide just before 6. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 57 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather. Expect mostly sunny skies Saturday and Sunday with highs near 54. Nights will be mostly clear to partly cloudy with lows in the upper 30s. A slight chance of rain develops Monday afternoon with partly sunny skies and a high near 53. Rain is likely Tuesday with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 63. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, the third edition of the annual Fenway Bowl is set for December 28th, 2024, at historic Fenway Park in Boston, home of the Major League Baseball's Boston Red Sox. This exciting college football game will feature teams from the Atlantic Coast Conference, American Athletic Conference, or FBS Independent Notre Dame, with a kickoff scheduled for 11 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Time. Tickets are available now on StubHub, with prices ranging from $75 to $190, but they are selling quickly. Stay tuned for team announcements on December 8th, as the playoff selections will determine the matchups for this thrilling event. Now on to sports. On Saturday, the fourth-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes edged past the third-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions, 20-13, in a thrilling clash at Beaver Stadium. Ohio State quarterback Will Howard overcame early setbacks, including a pick six, to throw for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. Penn State's playoff hopes dimmed despite quarterback Drew Aller's valiant effort. Ohio State's defense stood strong in the end, sealing their 8th consecutive win over the Nittany Lions. On Sunday Night Football, the Minnesota Vikings, now 6-2, overcame the Indianapolis Colts, who fell to 4-5 with a 21-13 victory. Sam Darnold threw 3 second-half touchdowns, despite 4 sacks and 3 turnovers. Justin Jefferson dazzled with 137 yards. Joe Flacco, replacing Anthony Richardson, struggled, throwing 1 interception. Kenny Morai's 38-yard fumble return was the Colts' lone touchdown in a tough matchup. In local sports, last night, the Celtics triumphed over the Hornets, 113-103 in Charlotte. Jayson Tatum dazzled with 29 points, while Peyton Pritchard added 22 with 6 three-pointers. Boston commanded the boards with 44 rebounds to Charlotte's 34. Tonight, the unbeaten Celtics, sitting at 6-0, challenge the Atlanta Hawks, who are struggling with a 3-4 record, at State Farm Arena. Atlanta is underdog by 1.5 points. Both teams face injury hurdles, with key players like Kristaps Porzingis out for Boston. Yesterday afternoon, the Bruins shut out the Seattle Kraken 2-0 at the Garden. Jeremy Swayman was stellar, making 23 saves for his first shutout. Justin Rizzo opened the scoring early in the first, assisted by Nikita Zadorov and Charlie McAvoy. Charlie Coyle doubled the lead on a power play, thanks to Brad Marchand and Elias Lindholm. The Bees remain unbeaten at 6-0 at home. On Sunday, the Tennessee Titans edged past the New England Patriots 20-17 in an overtime thriller at Nissan Stadium. Nick Folk's 25-yard field goal sealed the win, snapping Tennessee's 3-game skid. Drake May shined with 95 rushing yards and a 5-yard TD pass to Ramondre Stevenson, forcing overtime. The Patriots now stand at 2-7. In top news, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway has made a significant change in its investment strategy by reducing its stake in Apple. At the end of 2023, Berkshire owned over 900 million shares, valued at approximately $174 billion. By September 30th, that position was trimmed by 2/3, leaving about 296 million shares, valued at $69 billion. Despite selling, Apple's stock price rose from $192 to $233 during this period. Buffett's decision reflects concerns about high valuations and a desire to ensure financial stability for his successor, Greg Abel. In business news, Perplexity has launched an AI-powered election information hub just days before the United States presidential election. This new hub aims to provide vital voter information, including AI-generated answers to voting questions and summaries of candidates. On November 5th, Election Day, it will also track live vote counts using data from the Associated Press. The information, sourced from Democracy Works, covers polling requirements and locations. However, some AI-generated summaries contained errors, like omitting the fact that Robert F. Kennedy had dropped out of the race. This highlights the challenges of using generative AI for accurate election information. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is just over $69,100. Ethereum is just under $2,500. And Goatsius Maximus is about 52 cents. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates. With several locations in the Boston area, Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk science. Do you have a twin stranger? Recent research reveals that total strangers can share striking resemblances due to genetic similarities. On Sunday, thousands gathered in Washington Square Park in New York City for a Timothée Chalamet look-alike contest, which drew chaos and even the actor's appearance. Scientists like Manila Stellar have studied lookalikes, confirming they share certain genetic traits despite not being biologically related. Meanwhile, psychologist Nancy Siegel found that these doppelganger do not necessarily share personality traits. Ultimately, while you might find your own look-alike, remember, looking like someone does not mean you are alike. And in entertainment news, in the penultimate episode of the Penguin-titled Top Hat, the series delves into the haunting question, what lies within a monster? This episode intertwines campy satire with the darker themes of Gotham City, reflecting on the mid-20th century influences of noir films and horror comics. Little Oswald Cobb, struggling with his deformities, witnesses the harsh realities of his world, personified by the gangster Rex Calabrese. As the present unfolds, Oz confronts betrayal and chaos, ultimately emerging from destruction, driven by an insatiable desire to secure a better life for his mother. The episode sets the stage for a thrilling showdown at the upcoming Vulture Festival in Los Angeles. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American politician and 36th President of the United States, Lyndon B. Johnson. And he said, "Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the weather reports. Have an amazing weekend, my good friends. We'll see you Monday with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Boston.